Alright, let's continue and play the games for the draft that you've just saw. It's actually a different day for me. I've actually forgotten what the deck looks like, so let's do a quick review of the deck. So it's primarily Shadow. We're very light on the Fire and the Primal. In fact, I would consider both of them just splashes. So we have a Death Strike is a pure hard removal, and then a whole bunch of soft removal. Smuggler Stash. Okay, good. I think we're good to go. Let's play our first game. I really hope we don't end up scrubbing out of this like 0-3 or something. This deck is pretty interesting. I think it's quite good, but then again, I'm not too experienced drafting this style of a deck, and I don't think this is keepable. It's too slow. If you follow the magic rule of 3, if you have nothing to play in the first 3 turns, you should probably redraw it. Also, this hand has no red or blue, and we have a red and blue card in our hand, which is pretty bad. This is significantly better. We don't need to play the Illuminator on turn 4, so it doesn't matter that we don't have to fire, but we can play turn 1 and 2 and 3. And presumably we'll draw another Shadow so we can play Death Strike. This is also not a spell that we have to play on turn 4. So, ooh, looks like our opponent has a turn 1 play. Seek Power. This is a very good card for draft. That's not exactly what I want in the beginning of the game, but let's go ahead and get rid of his top unit here. And it's a good one. Amber Acolyte is a very good unit. It fixes colors, gets him a power. This card is very good. Okay, so here I think I'm just going to take the 2 from him and then hit him back for 1. I could just block and then Dark Return it and play it again the following turn, but I don't think playing this the second time is quite worth it. I think playing an Amethyst Acolyte twice will be significantly better. Yeah, so here we go. If he attacks us, what we'll do is we'll block with our Acolyte, and then we'll bring back the Acolyte to kill his second copy of the Hatchling here. So that worked out quite well. Ooh, it's a 3-4. Alright. Oh, if we can get one hit in with this beast color, he's in for some trouble. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Illuminated first because it's a little bit better use of my power, and also we don't have a way to really go through and hit him with the beast collar at the moment. If we draw an Ice Bowl, then we go ahead and play the beast collar, but into then, not super high on our priorities list. My opponent's played a lot of units, but most of them are not that great, so I'm actually pretty happy here. Here we are going to play the beast collar. This Dark Return is going to be very good because all 3 of these units are very good to bring back. I mean, the beast collar has the highest upside, but it's hardest to make work. Whereas if I can just bring back the Illuminator, ooh, all right. But the problematic thing is we don't have double Shadow, which is really unfortunate. If we attack him with the Illuminator, he's most definitely not going to block, which will give him a very good attack back. So that's really unfortunate. I think we can't really do anything but take 4 damage. Because we're attacking with this, he just takes the 3 and he cracks back with the 3-4. I can't even kill the 3-4. That's actually really problematic. I don't want to waste the Dark Return on anything else at the moment, so I think this is all we can do. We really do need to draw the second time. We have a 5-turn clock. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright. This is interesting. He has 3 cards, but he hasn't chosen to play anything with 5 power. What that tells me is... what I could actually do is go ahead and play the Memory Dredger and just block his 4-3, trade it, and then bring it back with Dark Return here. It's... I think slightly better. Oh no, he's got a Silencer. Oh, that's much worse than using the Death Strike. Alright, well, that's too bad. Because the alternative, of course, is to use the Death Strike, but I only have 1 heart removal in my deck. So once I use the heart removal, I can't use it ever again. So that's the reason why I did that first, but now that turned out to be pretty poor. Alright, so even the Smuggler Stash is not going to bring the power of the Memory Dredger back, which is really unfortunate for us. We hope he doesn't have a Protect here. Okay, so now we're in a bit of a board stall. We are going to start attacking with our 3-1, because this is one unit he doesn't want to block. So I think we're going to be able to... Oh, this is very good. Let's just kill that. And then we're going to swing in with both of these, all three of these units here. Oh, he has a Finest Hour, which will save it. That's fine. That's acceptable. He's thinking really hard on it. He's wondering if this unit's worth saving, perhaps. Yeah, but now we can just swing in with all these units, and he's gonna have to basically trade. Oh, he does have the Finest Hour. That's fine, I suppose. Okay. I don't really want to use the Smuggler Stash yet, but not doing anything doesn't feel great, because the Smuggler Stash in our deck has a lot of value later on when we get actually, does he attack? No, he doesn't get to attack back. When we get a the Maul, for example, the Stone Scar Maul. Oh, jeez, that's not good. He also gets the Aegis, which means if we attack him, he can block, and I can't torch that down. Wow, this is beginning to be a problematic scenario. Yeah, we're still gonna attack him. He's gonna block here and trade. We will get a torch out of the deal. We might just torch the 2-2 to be honest. So here, I'm still not gonna use the Smuggler Stash, I think. I'm just gonna go ahead and Dark Return the Illuminator. And he's gonna, I basically give him a free kill here. He can trade his Blade for the Illuminator, but I get another torch, and that's a pretty good deal, getting 2 torches. So I still think that's in my favor. It's unfortunate that he has the Aegis, otherwise I can kill it with the torch there. But I think this is fine. Having 2 torches is quite good. I think one of my best draws now is one of my relic weapons. I think a Oblivion Spike would be quite good for me. The Maul will be a fantastic draw. Ooh, this Dark Whisper is pretty good too. My opponent's looking like he's running out of business cards. He has 3 things in his hand, but he's not playing any of them. I wonder if I go ahead and Smuggler Stash the Beast Collar and the Illuminator, I can actually win the game soon. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I don't want to wait too long, because I mean, I never know when I'll draw those weapons, right? It could be next card, it could be next 10 cards. But because he's doing nothing and he's got a handful of cards that he's not playing, which seems to me like they're tricks. Oh wow, that's prompt a concession. Alright. Victory for us, I guess. I can't imagine. My opponent has 6 power in play and he has basically all the influences. So I'm guessing it's just a whole bunch of tricks and not units and not removal apparently, because he couldn't kill my units. Very interesting. Well, let's just play the second game. I'd be very curious to see what my opponent has in his hand, but sometimes if you draft a deck that doesn't have enough units, I think that's a very common mistake. You could end up with a bad end of the variance and get like all your tricks and stuff, but my opponent was ranked, I think, top 100. There's no way you make it into Masters top 100 with bad drafting skills, so I think... Oh, nope, Shadow. Yeah, I can't keep this because both of these cards are Shadow, and in all honesty, both of these cards are quite weak, and this one's okay, and when you have cards that are collectively this weak together, and 4 power, that's a little too much. Okay, this is, I guess, something. We do need to draw one of our 5 primal sources, unfortunately, so that's a 5 and that's like a 1 in 8 chance of drawing something useful. This is looking like to be a very aggressive deck. We can't really beat this thing. I think my best draw might be like just a primal sigil, to be honest. I'm not gonna block. I think this thing has a little bit more value for later. Um, I'll block next turn if he has a lot of units. Or I'll give my. All right. Well, this is fine. I'll go ahead and do that. It is a free kill. Um, and when he does kill my Dark Wisp, I get to draw a card back. So it's kind of 2-for-1 ish. I know that the bowls are much better in my infiltrate units, but I am super happy trading it now because bringing this back over and over again with the memory dredger seems fantastic. Just go ahead and trade. Why would he think? I don't understand why my opponent is thinking about this because this unit is super expendable. Like, you wouldn't think twice about trading a stranger for a trick, right? So maybe my opponent doesn't want me to draw a card, but I think in most scenarios, it's oh man, everybody that I played against has a silencing effect that kills my memory dredger. And I draw the Dark Return, but it doesn't help me because, it's, I don't want to use it on a silenced 3/4. That's too bad. Yeah, I think in most circumstances, it's not quite worth it it's not quite worth it to. Do I just actually just shoot that down, tag him for 3, and then put this onto it? It's a 5/5. It's kind of a weird use of a Dark Wisp, though. Yeah, let's offer the trade. I'm gonna bring back to the 3/4. Because I can efficiently use my power, and this is a 4/5. And a 4/5 is actually pretty strong. Once you put these onto it, it becomes a 7/8, and I think 7/8s can beat a lot of decks. So it's better than sitting around not doing anything. Next turn, if I draw a power, I can sacrifice this and draw 2 cards, but otherwise, I would fall too far behind on board. Yeah, I think in most situations you would just straight up block there. You're 2/2 for 2 of your opponent's cards. They get a card back, but you get rid of 2 cards, and if they have a trick, then you traded your Convoy Stranger for a trick, which I think is more than worth it. All the strangers are super expendable. Definitely trade them for tricks if I can. Okay. If I draw power, I'll sacrifice this and draw 2 cards, but if I don't draw power, I'm just gonna go ahead and Ice Bowl this and shoot that down. Yep, this is great. Let's just go ahead and sack this. Draw ourselves 3 cards. Oh no, 2 power. Okay. Well, this can kill the 3/1 flyer, which is fantastic. This holds the ground. I'm gonna be able to put the cloak on this very soon and smack for 7. I think we're okay. We have drawn all 3 of our infiltrator enablers, so we may want to hold on to at least one of them for when we draw our good infiltrators. Well, mainly just the beast color, but. Oh wow, this is a great deal for us. Let's just go ahead and pack him for 7 here and get rid of that staff. Great trade for me. And then let's just kill this 3/1. And now I think I'm dominating my opponent on board. He's got 2/2 and 3/3, but I have giant units. I think I'm really dominating him on board here. I can even. Ooh, this is a 6/6. All right, so let's just go ahead and attack him. I think my removal spells are pretty premium. I think I'm actually okay trading this 4/4. No, I'll attack him. If he double blocks, I will end up killing them both. By playing the bludgeoner and then playing the ice bowl on top of it. That's fine. Trading 2 cards for 1 is still okay. There's no reason not to play the power. I guess the question here is, do I put the ice bowl on it? I think I don't. I do have more time to see. I'll wait till next turn to see if it's worth putting this ice bowl onto it or not. Okay, now I think I will go ahead and do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot this for 1 and attack him with all 3 units, because at this point he can no longer block my Acolyte profitably. So by shooting this, I can attack with the Acolyte and do an extra 2 damage, or I can shoot my opponent and only do 1 damage. So this way, it gives me more damage. Yeah, I was able to squeeze in 1 more damage because he couldn't block with the Herald there. My opponent has 4 cards, and then he's... You know, this is very strange. He has 6 power. He has 2 and 5 of his presumably main colors, and the time might have just been an incidental faction from his Combray Stranger. So I think he has all the faction requirements that he needs, unless he's got a third color that I haven't seen. But both of our first 2 opponents seem to have conceded with a handful of cards. That's very unusual. That usually doesn't happen. Okay, well, I guess interesting games. Let's jump into game number 3.